Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome yourself to the 64th episode of the Blind Counter Podcast. I'm your host with the most, the Offset, aka Big Bobby today, and I'm also joined here today by my co-host and executive producer himself, Mr. AKIIRA AMANE, and joining us as our second to third co-host himself, Mr. BAMBI_63. How we doing today, gentlemen? How we feeling?
Ooh, a Monday, but we're here, baby. Let's get it. We
Yeah.
made decent time. It was going to be earlier, but we still got a little early compared to usual. We're good.
Absolutely.
We're good. We got a lot to talk about. What about y'all?
Dude, it's been a Monday. It's been a Monday for real. It's been it's been a hell of a Monday, work side. But hey, we're done now. We're about to talk about some duty. We had a crazy week, crazy weekend and week of Call of Duty. So we've got a lot to talk about. But before we jump into things, is there anything that you guys want to spit out there before we get into things, or we just want to jump right into it?
Big Bambalam, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, Mr. AMANE, today? I'm glad we did a later episode tonight because I spent 3 hours doing a Dark Ops Easter egg on Terminus, and then after I completed, I was starving and had to go get Chick-fil-A at 8:45 p.m.
Oh my God. Well,
And they said my pleasure.
Well, he's full and locked in, ready to go for this next hour. Okay, well, let's just jump right into it because we got a lot to talk about here. So let's switch on over to the desktop version. So jumping into the first thing here, obviously we've had OpTic dropping Kennedy for Skies ahead of Major 2. So we're going to go through some drama of what that looks like here. Here's the first thing of Skies being picked up, ready for OpTic Texas by, I guess this is Shotzi's POV here. I don't know what the hell's going on there, but we've got some community posts here from the Zoo Mafia, how Kenny got dropped. This was the control from the Thieves on series on Friday. AKIIRA acknowledges that the three OpTic players have 2 kills through 2 rounds, sees Kenny get a 2-piece turned on in the best play, physically recomposes himself, and instantly gets on the phone and make a move. So let's go into a live listening real quick and see if this is true.
Enough shenanigans to draw the attention from OpTic and
2 kills.
Awkward giggle from the Thieves.
3 of our fucking players.
Defense perfect. Offense perfect.
Match
point.
Fuck. They're probably sitting at draw trap like, this is just way too easy. Look at what Hydra's
getting
doing
turned
on the
on.
map. Kenny is getting world star.
Crazy.
We are getting turned
Like,
on.
we can't get a trade. Yeah, you just saw the best play.
Holy fuck.
Everyone's reacting to it. Kenny's just not hitting shots with that AR.
He knows.
The
He
LA
knows.
Thieves are just running all over OpTic Texas right now. They're looking for something, and they have nothing, Ross. Absolutely nothing to look forward to in this next round.
Bro, this might be the fastest game of control we've ever seen in our entire lives.
Oh, there he is on the phone.
Thankfully, the OpTic, they're in the point. They're trying to find it. A little bit.
Kill.
Oh, dear.
Four
Oh,
dead.
Shotzi feels it hit his
God,
pocket.
They're all dead, and that's straight back to spawn.
There he is hitting the phone
Here
up.
comes Dashy.
Oh.
You read that.
If you're allowed more like
Guy,
Texas,
please.
have a
Instantly
little
on that
breathing room.
phone
Take care of
there.
Envoy.
And then
Boy.
jumping over, we also have Hex revealing that Kenny stepped down from OpTic on the starting roster. So let's go into a live listening real quick.
Like, as long as they show signs of life, it was gonna do. But I think by then, Kenny had already sort of made his decision, right? A couple of days ago, and I guess we don't know where we're at. I talked to Kenny. I asked him, I'm like, yo, obviously, like this whole thing sucks. I hope that you can still make it out to the ring ceremony. He said yes, of course. But when he texted Karma and essentially said, it's like, hey, I think the team might need to consider somebody else. We sort of had to take that into account in our decision making, because if somebody's not comfortable out there for whatever the reason, then we have to obviously seek solutions for something. If it was only up to me or up to us, I think that we would have seen the major through. But when your time's sort of up a little bit, it's up. Like as long as they show signs of life.
So that's Hex's thoughts there on Kenny being kind of stepping down there. And then we'll also go into Octane's unfiltered thoughts on Kenny being dropped and picking up Sky. So let's go into a live listening on this as well.
That's what Cap said.
He went
The
in,
change
dude.
was 100% expected. You can't. I mean, statistically, he is the worst player in the league at the moment. I think maybe outside of Falcons players, but he has the wherewithal to understand the situation that he's in. So it's not a shock to him. He's hopefully takes it in stride, and like Cap said, the tweet is true and he comes back better. But it's just sad, dude. I mean, obviously I have a little bit of bias towards him, but the one thing I will say is the timing of it is a little weird for me.
Yeah.
Which, like, I don't agree with the timing of it. I think the change was necessary for sure. I think that everyone can agree on that, but waiting this long when they've been struggling this much, specifically Ken as well, waiting until you don't get any practice reps with the team, just going into it. I don't know if they're trying to like honeymoon the major or what their game plan is here, but I think of everything, that's probably the only thing I disagree with, but the change is definitely needed. That's what Cap said. I mean, the change
Yeah,
was
I mean that's
100% expected. You
valid there. And then going into methods, speaking about the OpTic decision as well. So let's go into a live listening on methods.
Bro's scared to speak his mind? No, he's not, bro. I mean, but it just, like, Ken was playing pretty terribly. And I'm sure Ken would say that himself. I mean, especially a player that's always been one of the top players. He's had a rough go this year, really. So I think a change makes sense here. I do. I think when you go on a losing streak like that, it's got to fuck with you mentally, your confidence as a player. I mean, I've gone through slumps before, and it affects your everyday, right? It doesn't just affect you when you're scrimming from 1 to 7 or whenever you're scrimming. Like, you know, if you're playing bad, you feel it when you wake up. You feel it when you're going to bed. I mean, like, it's your livelihood. Bro's scared to speak his mind? No, he's not, bro. I mean, but it's just
interesting thoughts out of methods, and then we'll go into Sky's and Scump's interview here on the reason why they picked him up here. So let's go ahead to a live listening.
Like, losing full, playing 8s, missing scrimming, and then to finally getting a text, and then I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm actually about to probably join these guys.
Yeah, talk to me a little bit about, like, how did the text, like, go down? Because this happened, like, again, less than 48 hours ago. Like, how did it happen? Was it like...
That's pretty basic, because me and Ant are pretty close. All he did was send me eye emojis. And then I responded with, like...
That's it?
Yeah, like, eye emojis, and I was like, bro, like, you guys need a reset or, like some good vibes or something, like, anything. Like, you guys seem mentally defeated, and then we just slowly went from there.
Got you.
But it's pretty basic.
So production's a little bit fucked up for this one, I'm not going to lie.
So
but the last time you...
I went from, like, losing full...
Interesting. And then going into the second thing that Scump wanted to talk about, so let's go into a live listening real quick on that.
The boys versus Minnesota, the boys' first series. It's kind of a crazy scenario if you look at it. It's a crazy scenario, okay? We make a roster change right before the major. A lot of people are kind of on two different sides of the fence when it comes to that conversation. A lot of people are like, what the fuck? But with Caesar, in the interview yesterday, Caesar thought that he would make our search and destroy a lot better immediately, which search and destroy has been our worst game mode. I mean, we've been abysmal in search. Abysmal. I don't know. Caesar in the interview yesterday that I did with him, he seemed to say that he's pretty good about blocking out like that pressure. But dude, it's a lot of pressure. Coming in, I hope he doesn't watch this because I don't want to put any pressure on him. But dude, coming into the OpTic Major, it's your first official game with us. I mean, that's a pretty big ask, right? It's a big ask. If they win the tournament, I better see you slap Caesar's belly. Yeah, he said he was slapping his team. He made Paco slap his belly. Imagine that scene in the team room. I mean, talk about vibes. You got Paco slapping your belly. He's dropping a 1.3, slapping your belly after the series. Caesar was living a good life. Hey, Paco. Paco, go out, drop a 1.4, then come over here, slap Papa's belly after the series. Come here, slap Papa's belly. Caesar's a nut job, dude. I love him.
Oh, man. And then, let's see here. Let's go into some insider information from Temp that dropped actually today. So let's go into a live listening real quick.
I wanted to ask you, Don. Obviously, you know these guys very well on OpTic, and they've been struggling right now. I mean, are you surprised, Don, to see a roster like this just struggling in Black Ops 6?
Bro, some like curses might be real. You win champs, just blow the whole organization up, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on. Those guys are awful. They need a 2-man change. Kenny literally had a 0.3. Like, the most bizarre shit was happening with them is over with. Whatever like structure they have, that shit just needs to get thrown out the window. Yeah. It's over with. Yeah. Like, especially the shit that I've heard, like, from and like within the team. Like, I've even been in calls with Brandon and Kit. Like, the team just sounds like some shit that I went through on like Paris. You know what I'm saying? Right. And they're OpTic. You know what I'm saying? Right, so it's just like at that point, it's over with. It's over with. Just blow the team up. Like, they're all great players. Like AG is an MVP player on a different team. Like Shotzi is an MVP player on a different team. Like something needs to just switch. It's not like someone on the team is bad, you know. Like Kenny had a 0.3. If you have a point, there's no way I'm not roasting Caesar because Caesar joined a team where the team, first of all, Caesar was playing like shit, and then he got dropped for Priesta, and Priest was playing like shit. Kenny was playing like shit, and then he got dropped for someone else playing like shit on a team that's playing like shit. So I'm not even blaming Caesar. I'm saying the team is fucking chalked. Like it doesn't matter if they replace Caesar with fucking Jesus Christ. It's over. The team is done. It's over. There has to be a 2-man change. Like everyone was getting slammed, and they are still getting on the team.
Interesting thoughts there. So that was kind of the vibes going into the weekend here for the Major 2 for OpTic there. And then also in other news, we also have Vegas Falcons releasing a statement before the Major 2 that they have released their head coach going into Major 2. So that was Lou T. Todd going in here saying that they had announced parting ways with Lou T. We decided sincerely to thank him as a leadership as head coach and Call of Duty roster for his unwavering dedication to the team. Contributions have played a key to the role of the journey, and we wish nothing but the best for him and to the future endeavors as well. So Vegas Falcons also doing a little bit of a roster change too before the Major. So
I was about to ask, I was like, is it Clay? I was like, why is it Clayster their head coach? And I was like, oh wait, he can't even speak their language.
Yeah,
he's just the translator.
Yeah,
he just tells the head coach what to say.
That shit's insane. But yeah, that was the vibes going in there, and then going right before everything started, we'll switch gears a little bit into the ring ceremony here. So obviously the ring ceremony commenced right before Major 2, and these were the champs rings for OpTic here. So this is Dashy's POV of his ring here. Looking pretty clean there. And then we also have Preds on display as well, full rotation there of the ring. So looking good, man. What are you guys' thoughts on the rings?
Shining, boy. No, that looks good. We had to get that. I think so for the champs rings. I would hope.
Yeah.
I would hope so with the case like that.
It was funny because they have to be. But it was funny because Hex was like talking about like the ones you can order, and he's like, yeah, they're obviously not 1-to-1 because of the engravings on the side, and it has their name and it has like different stuff. And I'm like, what about the diamonds?
What about
I want to
the
know.
diamonds?
Maybe that's the difference. Because if they're getting $60 rings that just are missing out a $20 engraving, they're getting hosed.
They are getting hosed.
Them things should have been next date if they were worth $80.
What if you go and replace them with real shit? That'd be crazy.
That would be sick. It's a good idea, actually. But all right, well, moving on. Then we also have Scump not being happy on the CDL desk, choosing Simp over Scump. So let's go into a live listening real quick.
Wait, you asked me a question. I'm gonna answer it. Rather Simp or Scump? Allie, you get to go first.
Simp. Sorry, Scump. Well, in what context?
You just did it.
Do we have any context?
Moving on.
We have no. I did it. All right, I picked.
Nameless.
I would probably go Simp. Yeah.
Crazy.
Simp or Scump? Ding, ding, ding.
Scump
Just like setting us up with these questions.
Shaking his head no.
Man.
Thank you, Riley, for showing us that.
Yeah, Riley, glad we backed out of this to try to ruin someone's day. A man who does nothing but try to provide us with positive vibes and give back to the community in which.
Oh wait, no, 7 across is not clutch because 5 down is yen.
And then Methods goes into the game. He goes right back into the mini game.
Poor Scump, man, poor Scump. And then here is the banner there at the Allen Center of World Champs for OpTic Texas in 2024. So they got their own little banner now up in the rafters. That's pretty cool. There. That is pretty cool.
Is so fire.
Who would you rather watch stream for 12 hours, Scump or Simp?
Exactly.
Who's got more money?
I've seen Simp walk around.
Who's got to find her
little ass?
Who's got to find her wife? I was about to say girlfriend, but that boy's married. Who's
Go
got a
account
better
for
car?
account.
Who's
Go band for
taller?
band.
Who's more handsome?
Who's taller? Go
Who
band
looks
for
good
band.
compared to the ratty ass little fucking nerd little boy?
Tell him to go band for band. Shit, we've seen Simp walking around the little Vegas casino. He was scurrying around this
We
little
saw
thing.
Morgan around freaking The Marriott, the Courier Marriott in Dallas, his little fucking rat ass. Him and Tyler Beasy, tell that guy to get a bigger shirt. Jeez.
All right, well, moving on. So let's go into the matches here from this past weekend, Major 2. We've had a lot go down. So first match was the Miami Heretics versus the LA Thieves and loser. Whoa. Let me make sure this is right because this is Friday. Let me go back to Thursday here. Thursday. So the first one was winners round 1, Carolina versus Vancouver, and this was a 3-0 victory for Vancouver Surge, taking home the Vault Hardpoint, Red Card Search and Destroy, and the Vault Control. In a 3-0 series here to not Toronto, but the Vancouver Surge. What do you guys want to speak about on the series here?
We're seeing a lot of these throughout the tournament, to be honest. Yeah, this is a start of how the whole weekend kind of went. But I mean, yeah,
Surge is that good land team. They're good on
Winternet down.
Winternet down. Yeah, everyone. You know, this is a very competitive series here, even though it was a 3-0. The hard point was very close, 236 to 250. The Search and Destroy wasn't too close, 6-3 there, and then the Vault went to the round 5, 3-2 victory for Vancouver there in a 3-0 fashion. So just a typical slammage there from Vancouver Surge. They were looking really good this major, and Carolina weren't able to connect the dots there. But Neptune having a huge series with a plus 11 spread, 1.17 for this first series out of the gate there. But we're going to kind of speed run through these first matches, just kind of keep things interesting there. But that's going to wrap things up for that first matchup. And then the second matchup was the Toronto Ultra versus the Cloud9 New York, and this was another 3-0 victory, surprisingly, for New York. They took home the Hardpoint on Hacienda, the Protocol Search and Destroy, and the Hacienda Control. What do you guys want to speak about on this series here?
Didn't I say Cloud9 had some potential? What did I say?
You did.
What did I say?
Dude, they had some potential, and this was a extremely close game. Close series here. I mean, just looking at the point differential here, Hardpoint Hacienda map 1, 248 to 250, literally 2-point difference. And then the Search Protocol map 2 went round 11, 5-6 to New York, and then the Control again was a 5-5 or a round 5, 2-2 to 2-3 victory on the Control for New York. Everyone on the side of Toronto is negative except for Joe Deceives with a 1.03.
Click the end of the map 1, that highlight.
All right, let's go into the map 1 highlight.
This was some shit right here.
Yeah.
Where's my volume?
Inside taking his sweet time around the back while Krep is finding a double through the middle. That's 3 dead, and now you can still lose here if you're Cloud9. You cannot afford to give it up.
But you've got so much space, so you're going to commit for Krep to play on the rotation. Everyone else out hitting from the front. Toronto's able to work their way in. Attack. Can you be the hero? He only finds one. Krep in the contest. Can he stay alive long enough to allow this rotation to come through? Looks like yes, and Sim is there. Now you look to rotation. Mac and Attach are going to be here first.
C9 have a couple players early into Hardpoint. Now if you're Joe Deceives trying to time this flank, he wins one-on-one, you find the second kill, Ultra in.
Time for the Mac attack. 1v2 over the top. He finds the first. He finds from Sim is good. Oh my goodness. Cloud9 are in. They've got numbers. Toronto just needs 2 points. Can they find a break? It's a 3v3 over the top of the time. Trades back and forth. Attached. Lock it down. Oh my goodness. A barn burner map number 1 and Attached calls game.
That was an insane map 1 to watch, dude. That was absolutely insane. Sib goes huge and Attach goes huge, winning it there for map 1, going into the map 2 with that dominant momentum, and then obviously taking that into the Control into a 3-0 victory for Cloud9 on that winner matchup there. That's going to be it for this series here, and then we're going to jump right over into the third matchup on Thursday night, which was the LA Thieves versus the Boston Breach, and this was a surprising 3-1 victory for the Boston Breach. Boston coming out hot on the map 1 and 2, Thieves coming out hot on 3-0 Vault Control, and then in a 242 to 250 hardpoint Skyline, Boston Breach claps the series there and moving forward.
How about that boy Snoopy?
Snoop.
Yeah, Big Snoop going huge here with a 1.19 plus 16 spread, and Purge not having a great series there, negative 12.87, and then Cammy Awakening barely positive there, 1.02 and a 1.09 there. But what did you guys want to speak about on this series here?
Surprising.
Boston looked good. LET
Yeah.
came out a little flat, but Boston did look really good. Snoopy was playing well. Everybody seemed to be playing well. Cammy stepped it up a little bit. But yeah, they played really well. Respawns look good for Boston.
Yeah, LA Thieves looked a little shy, and not shy, but they fell shy of what their expectations was moving forward into the Major 2, and they just weren't able to connect it there on land. Envoy having a stinker there with a negative 17 spread, 0.83 Hydra, neg 5.95. Ghosty barely positive, 87 to 87 1.0, and Scrap plus 7 with a 1.07. So yeah, looking a little bit lackluster there for the Thieves out of their first match, and that's going to wrap things up there, advancing Boston into winners and then Thieves into losers. Then going into the last series of Thursday night, we've had the Atlanta Faze versus the Minnesota Rocker, and this was a DoorDash 3-0 victory for Atlanta Faze, taking home the hard point on red card, the Search and Destroy on red card, and the Hacienda on control. What did you guys want to speak about on this series here?
I just noticed Geo shooting, but I mean, yeah, fucking Paul. Jesus.
This is like one of those series that's not good to have the overs because it's such a slammage.
Dude.
Yeah, you'd be eating if you took the. Oh my god.
Paul X was eating shots.
Yeah, Paul
Back
X
shots.
negative 28.53. You hate to see it. Nero neg 12.80 and Estriel neg 4 with a 9.3, and Geo the only one positive on the side of Minnesota with a plus 5 spread, 1.01. And then on the opposite side there, Faze, the green carpet there, the green wall, whatever you want to call it, Simp with a plus 14, Draza plus 17, Cell plus 6, and a BZ plus 2. So they were frying typical dominance out of Faze, and Minnesota looking lackluster there. Paul X has been struggling there for quite some time there. What do you guys think Minnesota does moving forward into the split for Major 3?
This roster mania time, bro. Gotta be.
Absolutely. You think it's a one-man or two-man change?
I mean, I do like Nero. Estriel's been playing well for the most part. Geo, I feel like you got to keep him, to be honest. Unless you, I mean, I just don't know the alternatives, at least. But
Like their teams,
Paul's got to go.
They're all like really streaky. Like Estriel might have a series where he goes crazy. Geo does. Nero will. But I don't know. Maybe it's just the team doesn't work. Paul X just never has a good series.
Yeah, that's insane. Poor Paul X. But that's going to be it for that series there. Faze looking dominance moving forward into the winners bracket, and Minnesota dropping into losers. And then we're going to go ahead and drop going into the Friday matches. We had 5 commence, and the first one was losers round 1, which was Thieves versus Miami. And this was a 3-1 victory for the LA Thieves. Miami coming out hot on the hardpoint vault, and then LA Thieves looking dominant on the hardpoint, or the red card, Search and Destroy, the Hacienda Hacienda control, and then the hardpoint Hacienda, 250 to 207. What did you guys want to speak about on this series here?
This one wasn't so surprising to me, to be honest. But I mean, Miami, they were playing, but
I mean, this just seemed like LA was playing really flat, but yet Miami's just like dog shit ability caught up to them. I mean, they won.
Yeah, I was going crazy.
Well, they won map 1, and then when they got to map 4, I mean, it's hard to beat them on control, but they freaking choked on control. But then they went to the hard point, and they were winning, and then they let Thieves come back, and they bullshitted, and Thieves turned up and came back and won.
Yeah, and just looking at the stat line here, it looks a little lopsided. Just kind of seeing who won and lost. We got Miami Heretics, everyone absolutely slamming. We've got Rencor dropping a plus 12. Real playing absolutely insane with a plus 28 spread, 1.31 for the loss. Metals plus 3, 103, and then Lucky having a neg 24, 0.74 series. And then on the opposite side there, Thieves, everyone's negative except for Hydra. He's barely positive with a plus 2, 102. Ghosty having a poor series here, neg 13.85, Envoy 9.3, and Scrap with a 9.9. So they weren't slaying, but they were able to make the team work come out, and they came out victorious. So definitely a little bit of an interesting one there. I'm not sure what might have happened or what didn't connect there, but Miami looked like they were shooting, but just weren't able to win anything. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I did see some shit talk. What was it, Ghosty standing up talking to Real and
Yeah.
chirping and shit. That's
And
funny.
then Real called him dog. He's like, bro, you're dog shit.
Bro, you dog shit.
Dude, Real dropped 117 kills in 4 maps. This dude was off
everywhere.
That is a lot.
That is a lot.
It was marathon simulator.
Dude, that is insane.
He just happened to have a gun. He's just running in this game. Just I might as well.
It's
That is-
actually insane.
Damn.
Yeah. What's going to be it for that series there? LA Thieves advance, and then Miami dropping out of the tournament there, going home with nothing. And then let's go back into the Friday night matches. Then we had the second series in the losers round 1 bracket. We had Vegas Falcons versus the Carolina Royal Ravens, and this was a dominant 3-0 victory for Carolina Royal Ravens on the hard point, red card, search and destroy red card, and the control protocol, and a 3-1 victory on the control. Anything spectacular that you guys want to speak about on this series here?
To be honest, no. Expected.
To be
bro.
expected. To be expected. Gwen and
Slasher.
Slasher going huge. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for the Falcons player, to whom, and some family
How many
stuff.
maps
but,
has Vegas won on land? None? I
None.
assume?
They've
Probably
won.
none, because they've only, they've been in losers both times, and they've played Carolina, and then they play, I don't know who they played in the major one, but I don't want to know.
Yeah, typical dominance and loss out of Vegas Falcons there, going home with nothing. All right, and then jumping on over to the next series, we had OpTic Texas versus the Minnesota Rocker, and this was a dominant 3-0 victory for the OpTic Texas boys, taking home the Skyline Hardpoint, the Hacienda Search and Destroy, and the Protocol Control in a 3-0 victory and 3-0 series victory. What do you guys want to speak about on this series here?
Finally, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, big W. Big W. Boys looked better. Skies didn't play well, but, I mean, he honestly, I think, was kind of in cruise control considering how well everybody else was playing. But I just think it was like land, a little bit more confidence. It's all like a mental thing too. Like when they have that team change, they're thinking like they understand that they have more capability. They had Skies freaking soaking the hill like crazy. Map 1, he had like 150 something seconds, I think, or something like that. So like they just had a lot more confidence, kind of just ran shit down. Search and Destroy looked good. They looked confident, making plays, banging shit out, and then just dominant on the control, running at him. Had Pred cutting spawns, Shotzi doing his things. Yeah, they looked a lot better, but definitely some flaws to fix considering their loss in the next round. But no, they showed some signs of hope.
Yeah, I mean, that ring buff definitely went crazy for the champs there. Obviously, Skies didn't get the ring buff, and he went neg 13 with a 0.74, but everyone else, Dashy 1.4, Pred 1.13, Shotzi 1.55, and then Minnesota. We got Estriel neg 6, Geo plus 17 with a 1.37, absolutely shooting back, and then Nero neg 22, and Paul X neg 20. Lord have mercy.
Dude's just like brother.
No,
But
what's
yeah, I'm
going
glad
on
to see.
here?
I'm glad to see. And the Skies just came in. I mean, I think by the end of this game, if this 4 stick, it's gonna get real nerdy in a good way. I'm hoping.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's going to wrap things up for that OpTic matchup there, and they advance, sending Rocker home. Then moving on to the 4th series, we had Toronto versus LAG, and this was a dominant 3-0 victory for Toronto Ultra, taking home the Skyline Hardpoint, the Skyline Search and Destroy, and the Vault Control. What did you guys want to speak about on this series here?
Not much.
A lot more of this.
LAG's
Yeah.
been looking ass, and freaking Toronto came out and they played well and they were shooting, so they just dominated them. That was pretty much it. Nothing really to talk about here.
Yeah,
Did
Priest.
Gotaga say anything about them?
I don't know, but I feel like he's probably saying something in French, saying roster change needed again, because we got Priesta dropping a neg 21, Lynn's neg 12, Lunar's neg 10, Kismet neg 9, and then everyone on the side of Toronto is super positive, plus 20 out of Beans, 19 out of Kleenex, 2 out of Insight, and 10 out of Joe. So just a dominant series out of Toronto, and they were looking really well this this weekend here, sending LAG home. But that's going to be it for that series there. And then going into the last series of the Friday night, we had the LA Thieves versus Carolina Royal Ravens matching up in losers round 2. This was a dominant 3-0 victory for LA Thieves. Vault Hardpoint, Hacienda Search and Destroy, and the Vault Control. What did you guys want to speak about on this series here?
Yeah, it's just funny seeing how like they kind of were playing like ass, and then they ended up beating who'd they beat last round? Freaking
Boston getting.
Was it Boston
whooping LAT's ass?
Or no, Boston beat LAT, and then who'd LAT beat? Miami.
Yep.
And then I mean, even against Miami, they look flat, but then they come out here and just freaking slam. And you're like, what the fuck?
Ghosty had them Pokemon cards opened up, ready.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at this.
His cheeks opened up, ready.
Oh my god. Scraps plus 23, 1.58. Hydra plus 18, 1.44. Ghosty plus 7.19. And a plus 15 into Envoy, 1.14. And then everyone on the side of Carolina, super negative. The red carpet there. We got Gwen, a 0.7. Slasher, a 0.65. TJ 0.83 and Vivid 0.66. So they just got absolutely body bagged. I don't know if they just woke up on the wrong side of the bed, didn't get any sleep, what happened, but they just got absolutely tucked by the Thieves there. And then Thieves go on to advance and sending Carolina home. Unfortunate there, but the days go on. All right, then going into Saturday, we've got the losers round 2 matchup, and we had Toronto versus OpTic Texas. And this was an unfortunate 3-0 victory for the Toronto Ultra, taking home the Vault Hardpoint, the Skyline Search and Destroy, and the Protocol Control. What did you guys want to speak about on the series here?
Yeah, I think they started off hot, but it's just kind of, I mean, we can't really expect nothing crazy from them. Fresh team, fresh roster, still some pressure off Sky's shots. He didn't play too well. But Toronto's playing very well all weekend, so, I mean, they deserve the win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think OpTic comes a little diffy, Major 3.
Yeah, once they get some practice and some reps underneath their belt as a team, I feel like they can coincide, collaborate collectively. Dude, I can't speak right now, dude. We're just gonna move on anyhow.
Earlier, what's it called? Envoy had a 1.41. He was like, Envoy with a 1.14. I was like, wait.
GG.
Stole his gas.
Stole his fire.
You hate to see it, but OpTic Texas go home with nothing. All right, then moving into.
They got something. They got some money. They got some points.
They got 10 points. Moving on to the next series, we had the winners round 2 commence with Boston Breach versus Vancouver Surge. And this was a 3-1 victory for the Vancouver Surge there. Boston coming out hot on the Hardpoint Vault Map 1. And then 2, 3, and 4 go to the way of Vancouver and ending it in a Hardpoint Hacienda 250 to 242. What did you guys want to speak about on this series here?
I mean, the better team won here, but I think Boston's still looking really well in those respawns. Obviously, taking 2 against the Thieves in their matchup on hardpoints. But then now we see him here winning the first hardpoint and even making the 4th map close. But just can't close it out. Surge, obviously, good control team, good at search. And they stole a hard point off of them, but Surge definitely a hard team to play on land right now. They're looking pretty solid, so I wouldn't sell the Boston Breach short. I mean, they looked like they had some potential here this past weekend, but yeah, just got to hit that. Just got to get over that hump that all these top teams are performing at.
Yeah, I mean,
we see the map 1 ending, like that last 2 point.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go into a live listening on the map 1.
Locking it down once again. Yeah. The final few seconds. Snoopy, can you save this moment? The answer is yes. Reinforcements now arrive. A boozer has been overwhelmed. Trades are done. 0-4 on time. A 1v1. Purge stays alive. Here comes Nasty. A stick.
One more wave of kills. This is it. The last square up on the time. Boston are here. Vancouver swarming.
Still finding kills all over the place. Snoopy on the pinch. Gets it. Stays alive. 10 seconds for the win.
This is it. This is it.
5 to go. Cammy. Purge. Everywhere you look. Kills going their way. They've done it. Oh my God! And I've never seen a Snoopy pop off.
I wonder if that stick on the
And
grenade,
look
if
at
that
the
didn't happen,
composure
like how the trades would have
of
went
that
down.
young man in a
Oh,
moment
dude.
like that.
What an insane map one for
What's
that
even more
series.
insane is having a heartbreaker like that and still coming out and whipping their fucking ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ice, like you could tell they were playing.
Yeah, Boston's
Damn,
looking pretty competitive here. I mean, obviously they got some great reps moving into Major 2, and then hopefully we'll see what they got to bring going into the split for Major 3. But that's going to send Boston Breach into losers, and then Vancouver advance in the winners there. Then moving on to the third series here, we have winners round 2 being Faze versus New York. And this was a 3-1 victory for Atlanta Faze. Faze taking home map 1 and 2. Cloud9 taking home map 3, and then Faze ending it out in a red card hardpoint 250 to 170. What do you guys want to speak about on this series here?
I think
Control.
Cloud9's been trying to. I think they've been playing Hacienda hardpoint a lot. Like they look pretty good on that map. So we see them run it close. Then hard to take searchers off Faze. Obviously, good search team, but I think that Control shows very good resiliency going down 2-0 to Faze, winning that map. But then I don't know. It's kind of confusing how they like win map 3 and then just get fucking folded map 4.
Yeah.
That might just be a map thing, like a rep type of thing. But yeah, I mean, Cloud9 didn't look that bad this weekend. They definitely have some potential. It's just about making things work, attach, kind of dropping a stinker there. But I mean, yeah, Atlanta Faze played well all weekend, obviously. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, just the kind of balance off of that attach, dropping a 0.67 neg 26 spread, and Kremp the only one positive on their team, a 1.16 plus 12 spread, and then Mac and Sib fairly negative, 0.94 and 0.92, but everyone on the side of positive, except for BZ there on Faze. BZ dropping a 0.86, but Selim's got a 1.2, Raza 1.06, and Stimp with a 1.27. I'm not okay. Not okay.
This man's been in Excel too long.
I have been. But that's going to send Cloud9 going into losers bracket and Faze going into winners. All right, well, moving on here into the fourth series, we've got Boston Breach and Toronto Ultra and losers round 3. And this was a 3-0 victory for the Toronto Ultra boys, taking home Skyline Hardpoint, Skyline Search, and the Protocol on Control. What do you guys want to speak about in this series here?
Yeah, Toronto looking great. Look good all weekend, really. I mean, they're putting it on. Freaking built ass right here.
A lot of 3-0s coming up and just 3-1s. It's crazy to see that in the overall bracket of this major.
This game's just so freaking weird. Like, I don't know.
It's like you could literally flip a coin. If you played this whole major again, like it'd probably be Faze, but like someone else would have been up there.
It's all like matchups and shit. Like, it's all it is. It's not like Faze is damn dominant over everybody the whole fucking like split. It's just like
Was
weird.
it 3-4 games? Like
Yeah.
And then the team that's rolling everybody gets in the damn freaking grand final and gets peed on against Faze.
Yeah, I mean, everyone on the Boston Breach there is negative, and everyone on the side of Toronto Ultra is positive. But just a typical series out of Toronto, looking good, and they advance going in and then sending Boston Breach home. All right, and then getting into the last series of Saturday night, we had the Thieves versus Cloud9 commence, and this was a 3-0 victory for the side of Thieves. They took home maps 1, 2, and 3, ending it out on a Protocol Control 2-3 map victory there. What do you guys want to speak about on that series here?
That map 1 is crazy.
That's like, it's like you kind of see him like showing signs of like potential again, but I feel like they beat who did they beat before this? No, I'm freaking blanking. Was it Carolina?
Cloud9 or Thieves?
Thieves. They played Miami. Then who'd they play before this?
Breach.
Was it Breach? No, that's who they lost to round 1.
Oh yeah.
But whoever they played, like they slammed them on, I think Hacienda hardpoint. So maybe it's a Hacienda hardpoint thing. I don't know. But then you see map 2, it's kind of close again. Then you see map 3, it's kind of close again. And LA's a really good control team. So it's like, I don't know. It's like they're half and half, showing signs of life, showing signs of mediocrity. But at the end of the day, they got a 3-0, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, absolutely. That map 2 looked pretty solid there for Cloud9. They went to a round 11, and they could have went their way there, but they just weren't able to make it happen. And then obviously same thing in Control, went to the last round, and then just fell short there on that last round. But typical 3-0 fashion for Thieves, and New York dropping out and advancing Thieves. So let's go ahead and move into the Sunday night games. First up, we've got losers round 4, which was Toronto versus the Thieves, and this was a surprising 3-0 victory for the Toronto Ultra. Toronto Ultra taking home Protocol and Hardpoint, Hacienda Search, and the Protocol Control. What do you guys want to speak about in this series here?
Dude, yeah,
Like,
what?
freaking
Look at the
just
red
flat.
carpet. Huh?
Yeah, they just like didn't play well. I mean, I
Ghosty
think
didn't
Toronto
get any
was
hits,
playing
bro.
well, but dude, LA was just flat this week, and they did not look like they have been on the line.
No, not at all. Envoy
They
having a
shit the bed.
stinker, 0.8 or a 0.68, Ghosty a 0.78, Hydra an 8.4, and Scrap a 0.98. So, yeah, not looking too good there. And then Toronto's just been playing lights out. Jodeci's having a great series at the +18, 1.47 Insight, +11 with a 1.31. And then Beans also dropping a 1. Yeah. So that's going to be.
Crash out. Don't see that.
Yeah, dude, Nate Shot has been crashing out. I don't know if he's been doing it kind of over dramatizing it for views and clicks and whatnot, but yeah, it wasn't looking too good for the Thieves boys. But I think they're gonna.
It's fucking screaming right now.
Yeah, dude, he's like, I'm about to sell this house for this.
Yeah.
You hate to see it, but that's gonna send Thieves home and advancing Toronto. And then going into the second series, or the second series winners finals, we had Vancouver versus Atlanta Faze, and this went the distance here in a map 5, 2-3 victory going to the side of Atlanta Faze. Surge coming out hot on the map 1, Faze coming back on 2 and 3, Vancouver taking back 4, and then ending it in a round 11, 5-5 ice. Faze taking home the Protocol Search and Destroy. What do you guys want to speak about on this series here?
So funny seeing Faze Neslo teams. Like, it's like you'd expect
Oh
the
my
complete
god, they
opposite.
did.
You expect the complete opposite.
Can we
But
see
not
that
really.
last round 11?
Yeah, let's go into the map 5, round 11.
They'll try to fire to get him out. They're thinking they can isolate one. They've got Neptune at the box. The help is going to be from bottom.
Oh, this guy's good.
And they're able to catch him. There's the first blood. Of course, it's a BZ. 4v3 numbers now. Over to Atlanta Faze. And I love the transition over there. You're thinking work top middle. Oh, they're going to drop down. Is it trade there? It's not. What a play for 04. But you're able to sandwich it. Cell finds the angle. Numbers back to Faze.
Well, then they're just working A, right? 04 was the only player. Nasty was B side. Abuza was, well, he was up top. You have 2 trophies, so much protection. How do you do this?
Nasty and Abuza.
You gotta rip somebody.
For the map. Here we go. Tags in, but not able to rip him. Finds a sub though.
That'll help.
Could change it. Tries to go vertical. It's all on Nasty. Gets
That
one
was
number
crazy.
done. Faze clutch up in the round 11, and they've got a D with another final. Perhaps a third major 2 victory. All trying to get in fire to get him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, it's a
I
little
think
bit of
I think
passion.
if whoever was playing with I'm trying to forget whoever was last alive, whoever died while the other guy was freaking aping that one dude. If he would have kind of played his life a little bit, it might have gone a little different.
Yeah, see who it
the
was.
discipline though, he was freaking dude. He was locked in that elevator. He was not moving.
It was Abuza because we had Nasty trying to make a play here, and then Abuza.
Yeah, Abuza freaking threw his life, little shitter.
Yeah, let's see what Abuza does here. He's number 2. He's back boat, just kind of trying to watch over. As Nasty trying to hits in there. Abuza
He runs
trying
and peeks the right, I think.
let's see. Yeah, he goes in. Childs
Okay,
gets shit
idiot.
on.
If he wins that gunfight, boom, boom.
Yeah, that would have been a lot different there, but Abuza just wasn't able to connect that. And Faze chirping at him.
It's so funny how they talk shit like they won by 1 round.
It's a good GG's, boys. GG's. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so I mean, this was an absolute Neslo out of Faze, and this could have been a different series here if Vancouver won that last round there. But
Straight teamwork.
Yeah, for
When are
real.
when are we gonna see some fucking fist fights at these majors? That's what I'm wanting to see.
I'm
Bring
sure
it
it's
back.
I'm sure
I
it's
want to
coming.
see him fucking throw bows on stage. Not bows. I just mean like.
All right, well, that's going to end that series here. Faze advanced to grand finals, and then, dude, Jesus.
This guy's been drinking, dude. There's no way.
That's funny. All right, then moving on into the next series here, we had Vancouver Surge versus the Toronto Ultra, and this was a 3-1 victory for the Surge. Coming out hot on map 1, and then Toronto taking map 2, Surge taking 3 and 4, ending it on a Hacienda hardpoint 250 to 149.
Damn.
What you guys want to speak about on this series here?
04 bounced that ass on him. No, Neptune playing lights out.
Seriously, Nasty actually doing his thing, but like I thought this was gonna go map 5 for this matchup, but no, they handled it.
They did, man. They handled the hell out of it.
Map 4.
Yeah, 04 not having a great series there, negative. But everyone on the side of Toronto is negative except for Beans with a 1.02, and then a little bit of a stinker out of Kleenex with a 7.3, neg 26. You hate to see that. So, but yeah, on the opposite side there, Neptune having a great series, and Nasty as well. Nasty dropping a 1.38, and Neptune dropping a 1.29 to advance them in. Absolutely. Well, that's going to be it for that series there. And then going into grand finals.
Rooms out.
We had
all that to
Faze
get boo-bopped
versus Surge.
They were thinking about that last loss. Holy shit.
Yeah, absolutely. And this was a dominant 4-0 victory for Faze. They took home the map 1, 2, 3, and 4, which was a protocol hardpoint, search and destroy skyline, protocol control, and a Hacienda hardpoint. What you guys want to speak about on this series here?
Dude, Celium.
That almost dropped
what
the fucking
hell?
2.0. Holy shit.
In a grand finals, dog. Like,
think about it. If he would have had like fucking. Hold up. If he would have had 6 more kills and 5 less deaths, he would have had a 2.0.
Dude, that's actually insane. Celium's absolutely frying in grand finals with a 1.72 plus 41 spread. We had Draza drop a 1.28 plus 18 spread. Simp plus 3.104, and then a BZ barely positive with a 1.0. And then looking at the opposite side there of Booza not having a great series at all with a 0.71 neg 24. Nasty a 0.82, neg 14, Neptune a 0.81, neg 18, and 04 0.92, neg 7. So, geez.
It's so funny how they were talking shit to 04 like after the series and like during the series, but he's like the only one actually trying.
Yeah.
He's the only one fighting.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the damage though, Neptune had 10k damage, had the most damage on the team, but yet did the worst or second to worst there. So I'm not sure what might have happened there on his PC or what he was doing, but it looks like he wasn't able to connect kills, but was able to get damage down range. So
Drop Faze when you got him by the balls.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about Faze. They're like so streaky that like you have to knock them off, and when you get that chance, you got like. The next team has to knock them off. They usually go lose. Like, if they're in winners, they go lose-lose. They never get to a grand final and lose, usually.
Yeah. I mean, just looking at the score line, too, I mean, it doesn't look too competitive. That map 1 looked kind of competitive there.
And the control, that's it.
Yeah, the control was probably the only thing competitive, but the search was definitely dominant in a 6-1 fashion there. And then that map 4, 250 to 137. So... yeah, they were probably pretty much defeated there on that map 4, and then that just kind of ended things out. But Faze is your Major 2 champions. They win 3 lands back to back to back. EWC, Major 1, and Major 2.
That's $50,000 a pop.
Insane. That is
Damn,
actually
bro.
insane. So GG's.
Doesn't wanted that winning money. He needs it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's a lot of Pokemon.
That is.
That is a shit ton. I
What
need
do you
that.
think fucking hobbies they got? Draws is fucking weird, dude.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, yeah.
Yeah, but what do you think they're spending their money? They're blowing their money. They're fucking stupid.
Some designer shit in DoorDash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
designer
but who's wearing
shoes.
designer?
Civ,
Besides-
fucking OpTic.
No,
fucking...
I'm talking about Faze.
Simp? He has like a diamond chain. Did you see that?
Oh no, that kid's a pussy.
And then Draza's spending it on
I'll
shoes.
fucking. You listen here. I'll snatch that fucking chain.
Oh my
I'll
god.
be a major four and I'll snatch that bitch.
Well, it's going to be it for that Major 2. So GG's to Faze. So let's go into some stats here. So Faze has a 3-peat for the first time since OpTic Dynasty and Black Ops 3. Their 13 LAN map win streak is the largest in CDL history, and they improve to a 26-7 LAN record as a team. Simp, BZ, Celium, and Draza. That's interesting to think about there. Then also in statistics here, we have a legendary tournament for Celium. He records the highest finals KD in CDL history with a 1.72, en route with his 11th major championship, which passes legends like Kenny and Octane. So he has 11 championships underneath his belt, a 1 world champ, KD leader at 10 major tournaments, and a positive KD at 26 straight events. So Celium looking pretty dominant in the statistics department there.
What's his world championship? Cold War, right?
Yeah, Cold War.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep, and I'll be honest, that was a Treyarch game, and this is a Treyarch game, so in my opinion, Faze is looking pretty good. Has a pretty good runway for that as well. Moving into some other stats for Draza, there may be some uncomfortable conversations to be had about Draza's all-time status. He has 7 championships, 2022 world champion, the only player to win a major championship in Vanguard, Modern Warfare 2, 3, and Black Ops 6. LAN record is 60-25 in the last 4 seasons, and now ties Shotzi and Attach in tournament wins alone. So Draza looking pretty good there in the department of statistics as well.
But you can still check him in an elevator.
Absolutely.
I did it.
Absolutely. And then moving on to a BZ, when it comes to the greatest pure SMG players in Call of Duty history, there's Scump, and then there's a BZ. He has 13 championships, 2 world championships, 28 finals appearances, the most in the last decade, and then he has 24, almost 2,500 kills in grand finals alone, which is the #1 in CDL history. So he leads the total kills in grand final matches. So that's interesting to think about as well.
It's getting up there. I mean, they have been dominating, bro.
Yeah, for quite some time. 5 years is insane. The
Like,
whole CDL.
Consistency is with Faze.
Absolutely. And then moving into some simp conversations. Only conversation simp is in the GOAT conversation here. He has 13 championships, 2 world championships, 2 season MVPs, average placement of a 2.44, which is #1 in history. Has appeared in the in finals 69% of his career tournaments, which is 27 and 39. Won 2 tournaments in 5 different CODs. Only Crim6, Scump, Formal, Karma, Clayster, and now a BZ have done this. So it's up there, man. What are your guys' thoughts on the Faze roster for the past 5 years?
I mean, they've been the zenith of it all. I was reading the comment below from this Burton dude. And
I think they're all just like, I think it's all well timed, like as far as like they all have a roster that's like, I don't know, they were all young. They still are young, essentially, and they're all kind of like in their primes together. And I think a lot of other teams kind of have players who like have to retire and whatnot, and so they have to kind of fix and makeshift their roster. And so like it's hard to have like a really like a team with a lot of longevity like Faze has had, and I think that's why they've found a lot of success, because they mesh well and whatnot. Obviously they've dropped Slasher in the past, and picked up Arcides, and then they got Slasher, dropped him, picked up freaking Draza, but still, I mean, they're a very streaky, well-oiled machine.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, Faze is looking dominant within the CDL, and as well as the players in the roster as well. Definitely some high caliber players for sure. But moving on, then we also have some conversations here for Nadeshot as he witnesses the first matchup of the Major 2. So let's go into a live listening real quick.
I don't know what to say, man. I'm not gonna sit here and be positive PD, dude, and say, oh, don't worry, lose bracket. That sucks. We lost. I'm fucking pissed about it. We're not out of the tournament. Got to play perfect from here on out. Just lost to one of the worst teams in the league. GG's to them. They played great. I don't mean that disrespectfully, but they took the opportunity, bro, and they won. It's not good out of us. It's a really bad match, and I fucking hate to see it, genuinely. But congrats to the players on Boston Breach, bro. That win's got to feel great.
Dude, he is an ultimate crash out, dude. I don't know if he's doing this for views.
They lost this, and then he had to wait until Saturday when they got 2 freaking map wins, and then he shows up Sunday and watches them get their ass whooped. Like, he didn't show up until Champs Sunday after they had been like, okay, we're back a little bit. We won 2 series, and then they got their ass kicked by Toronto.
You hate to see it.
They got fucked on.
You hate to see it. And then going in to some other comms here for Boston Breach. Let's go into live listening as they win. And so,
we and y'all left here.
Yeah, that was a little weird too.
That's tweaky. I was like, wait, what? Did my shit just blow out?
Yeah, I thought so too.
Like Amane's back well later.
All right, well, moving on. Then we also have Hex giving his raw thoughts about the OpTic after the 3-0 loss. Let's go into a live listening real quick.
But look, I think we have a lot to work on. We didn't have the, obviously everybody knows what happened. So
before he actually jumps
it's just like
maybe a little bit cautious.
I don't even know how to explain it, man, because there really isn't anything that in the immediate we can do. Zen, stop looking at me. We're not making that move.
I don't know why. What's there to lose?
Would you do it?
All eyes forward.
Fuck yeah, I would do it.
No, man, we gotta give Caesar a shot.
I'll do whatever needs to be
fire.
I'll do whatever needs to be done. I'll play 14 hours a day.
Neptune again.
I'll play 14 hours a day. He wants to be on that shit.
You'll be treating them real nice, too. Those players will eat good. We wearing good shit. I'll be getting hill time. I'll be screaming comms. Just give me a chance.
Just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Put me in, coach.
What if that was his like ended up being his biggest thing was actually eventually doing that and actually frying and getting a chip or some shit?
And he wins champs or some crazy shit. That'd be an ultimate storyline.
And flips it on Scump's head and it's like, yeah, I got one too.
Methods would get fucking slammed.
We need OpTic BAMBI.
No, you don't. You really don't. I don't want
we need him on an
I'm
AI.
not pulling a fucking Kenny KD dropping a 0.3.
Yeah, I hate to see that.
I could give you a 0.3 though.
BAMBI 0.63.
I'm holding an iron. I'll take a 0.63.
I would too in the fucking league. Shit.
Oh, all right. Well, moving on. We also had the viewership
Wait,
breakdown here for Major 2. So Major 2 peak viewership was at 200K, which is down 50% from the Major 1. It averaged around 120K, which is actually up from Major 1. And the most viewed match was Rocker versus OpTic. So here are the statistics here for the Major 2. The first one obviously being Minnesota OpTic, then Grand Finals, which was Atlanta versus Vancouver, then Day 3, which is OpTic Toronto, LAG in Toronto, and then Vancouver and Toronto. Let's see.
I think just peak viewership probably fell off because Major 1 was in Madrid, so you probably had more foreign viewership, I assume.
Yeah, I would agree.
Then with Minnesota OpTic, obviously OpTic coming off a change, and obviously biggest org in the game, in the league, and everything.
Yeah, I agree. That first match of OpTic was probably the reason why they peaked at 200K, just because
they need to start scripting for OpTic to be in all the grand finals, because then fucking they'll get more viewership, more money.
Yeah, absolutely.
The league goes rocker it up.
All right, well, then moving on, then we also had the Beans and Neptune full saga for Major Losers Finals. So let's go into a live listening.
This was the most awkward shit talk.
Terrible. You are terrible. Beans, why are you smiling before the match? Look at me. Beans, you're terrible. Don't to me. Do not. You are not yet. Hey, hello. Awful. Don't look terrible! 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 Go home!
Go home!
You are breakers! You are terrible! You are terrible! Beast, why are you smiling before the match? Look at me!
Fucking breakers!
Dude, that is. Oh man, I feel bad just watching this. I get secondhand embarrassment. Dude, it is just. Ugh, you hate to see it.
Hello.
The thing is he can't hear himself probably.
Yeah. All right, well, then moving on, then we also had some IRL beef go down between two. So we had Fatty versus Rafi, so let's go into a live list.
No. I need. No. You stand by. You by yourself, you fat pig. Oh what? Oh what? He's walking. He's going. I'm not gonna beat you. I'm not gonna beat your ass. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, you little fucking midget? No. You're not worth my time. No. I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna go eat. Bro, you're fat as fuck too. What are you talking about? Yo, Rafi, you online hacker. It's all good, bro. Lock in, bro. Lock in, twin. You need Big G to save you, you little bitch.
Yo.
So I don't know the context here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Taking back shots in ranked Vanguard, talking to Rafi. This shit is hilarious. Dude. Look at him.
We got gamers pulling up on each other at the damn event, bro. That shit's hilarious, dude.
Nobody's fucking pressing me.
Look at this shit. Hey, is that Kelly's?
Watch Composed come try.
No, that's not that. That's not the same.
No, that's the other side.
Angle.
Yeah.
Wait. There it is.
Yeah.
No, it's
I think it's on the. I think
it's
it's
actually
on
down
the
there to
corner.
the right.
Yeah. That's hilarious. All right, well then moving on into some other news, and we also had Champs
Bruh.
officially released here as far as information. So it's going to be June 26th through the 29th. They are in Kitchener, Ontario. It will not be in Toronto. What are your guys' immediate thoughts on this?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and fill you in here. This is Bambi coming live at you. We're gonna give you I'm gonna give you our opinion. This is our group opinion here about the champs, the location, our mood changes, our plan changes, and everything. All right, so first thing starts out. Call of Duty has absolutely fucking ruined champs as far as the location, the venue, the experience, the whole atmosphere of what is and what would have been Toronto. We would have had the time of our lives in the city. We would have been in the Six, bumping Drake, out on the balcony, waking up early in the morning, just feeling it, living life. But instead, Call of Duty has snatched that from us. And the Call of Duty League said, hey, you know what? Instead of Toronto, we're going to do it 70 miles away. We found this place called Kitchener. It's dirt cheap, and you guys all might fucking get robbed when you go out there. So, yeah, that's the thing. And we were going to go to Champs, and we said, fuck that. When we get done with the venue, we would like to actually have a good time. So, we're not going to Champs, and we have since then steered away, and we have decided to go to DreamHack, which will include a Halo tournament as well as Call of Duty Major 4 in Dallas, Texas. So we will have an absolute fantastic time staying downtown in the Omni with the boys. We'll be there. We'll be back in Dallas. So we're going to have a good time. Going to eat some Portillo's, eat some In-N-Out, find us, go to the Charles or Mr. Charles or something one night, and we're going to have an absolute ball. We're going to have an absolute ball. We're hitting DreamHack right next to the fucking Omni. Let's go. You know we're going to have a great time. But yeah, no, that's fucking terrible. What are they thinking?
Yeah, they dropped the ball for real. This is literally an hour and a half away from Toronto. I'm not sure why exactly they changed it up as far as the location, but Champs being the biggest event needs to be in a big city like Vegas, Toronto, something like that, not in one of these low-town countries or cities, towns, whatever you want to call it, if that's even a city. But yeah, definitely disappointing there. So we will actually be changing up our plans and going to DreamHack, as Bambi said here. So we'll be there for Major 4 instead of Champs. So
big vlog coming out. We're gonna get a vlog with multiple different games, multiple different atmospheres, multiple different experiences, and we're gonna have a great time. Don't you worry. It's gonna be a long ass vlog though. You best believe that ass.
Absolutely.
Triple POV as well. We're gonna get all angles, all viewerships, all everything.
Absolutely. All right. Well, then moving on. Then we also have OpTic on their thoughts on Champs 2025. So let's go into a live listen in.
Look what Scrap said. Riley, pull up those replies real quick. Look what the next said. Oh, God.
I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a great event, but location-wise,
Wait,
I
what
mean,
happened?
I can't even lie to you.
What happened?
Just they announced the location of the Toronto champs, and it's in Kitchener, Ontario.
Hour 30
An
from
hour and
Toronto.
30,
The
yeah.
crowd went mild.
Yeah, I mean, I would. Wait, why?
We're the crowd.
Why? Why would they have Toronto? Why wouldn't they do it in Toronto? You can ask why we don't do it in Dallas. But Frisco's in. We're in Frisco. This is crazy. Toronto's like the best. Is one of the best ones.
Look what Scrap said.
You
Riley,
hate to
pull-
see it. You hate to see it. So
So
everyone's
Hex,
tweaking.
was Hex saying like, why are people mad?
No.
No.
Why
Or
is
he was just saying why is it not in the Toronto venue?
Yeah.
But yeah, my thing is I'm just saying that because he's known the venue for the last 7 or 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
He just can't say shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Farming now, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, moving on, then we also have Toronto releasing a statement here saying we've seen a lot of chatter on the commute to Champs venue. Our team is working on multiple options to provide the best experience for those traveling to the event. Keep your noties on for more information as we get closer to Champs. So, not sure exactly what they're planning, but it is an hour and 30 commute from the airport to Kitchener, from Toronto to Kitchener. So I'm not sure.
Commute your ass to Kitchener and fucking burn that place down. Nobody wants it there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Scroll down a little bit.
What the fuck?
Man, change it to Toronto. Nobody going out that town out in the middle of nowhere. Less than an hour. Come on now.
I like how they add
Alternative
I like how they add such a wholesome response. Man, change it to Toronto. Nobody's going out of that town out in the middle of nowhere. The venue is less than an hour away from
Don't
YYC,
worry.
and we're looking to offer alternative options for fans that would commute to and from the venue.
No. Yeah. Put it in Toronto.
Armando,
Best
a
option would be
fucking
to move
bot,
to
dude.
Toronto. Waterloo
fucking
region
bot,
is a
bro.
fantastic area. Y'all are tripping.
With a larger capacity. Shut the fuck up.
Wait, scroll up, or down a little bit more. Omit Emmy.
You hate to see it. You hate
Yeah,
to see
everybody's got to watch their back. I mean, you're in another country.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yo, hold
Period.
up, Bob. Can you look something up real quick? Hold on. Look up Ryerson's Madamy Athletic Center.
Bro, how do you spell that?
Ryerson. ERSON. Ryerson Madamy Athletic Center. MATTY or MATTAMY. Yeah, Madamy. Yeah, click it. I want to see if it shows capacity on it. Capacity. 3,850. Now look up fucking what was the one? Kitchener Memorial Arena. Is that right?
I think so.
Why is my backspace?
Yeah. NER.
What was the rest of it?
Memorial Arena. Or
Auditorium?
Memorial Auditorium. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I just wanted to see the difference. So it does have more capacity. What the fuck? What's the point if you're not going to sell the bitch out?
Yeah, it's gonna be half empty.
Interesting.
I mean, I wonder what the Allen Center was.
Ooh, because that was full. What was that shit called?
It was the what was the bank?
I found it.
What was the bank name?
It's Credit Union.
Credit
Union. Allen Event Center capacity. It is 6,300. Oh yeah, 8,000.
Interesting.
Wait,
Yeah,
it says
what the fuck?
but it says 6,200 fixed seat. So I think that's how many they had because remember they had that back thing closed off.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the thought
You're
process
making
behind that.
1,000 more seats, but yet no.
You're gonna lose 1,000 seats.
Yeah, we're not going. So that's 3 minus 3 right there, and I'm sure everyone else and their
losing
mother's not
1,000
going to go
seats,
too.
bro.
Well, I mean, like you got to think like big time people, like the big streamers, the big people who like in the community aren't probably going to commute there. They're just going to stay home. So like if no one's going to go, no one's going to want to watch it. live. They're just gonna stay home. So I don't know why they
Well, that's
thought
the
this would be
thing.
the better.
It's for champs and like a lot of these majors, some of the majors, but like even champs, like you'll still have like a lot of like streamers and celebrities and stuff, and like you'll see like NFL players or NBA players. Like we saw, what's his name that plays for the Mavs? I forget who it was. Or no, he doesn't play for the Mavs. Fuck, who was it? Somebody came and was sitting in one of the sections with the OpTic guys, and like you see all these freaking celebs coming out, all these streamers, but they're not gonna go to fucking Kitchener, Ontario. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no shot. Yeah, you hate to see it, but we'll see what Toronto has in store moving closer to champs, and we'll see what
We're
their
hating,
thoughts
but
are.
I hope
Line
it's a
Counter
good.
family doesn't have to wait as long though to get a vlog out of us because we'll be end of May.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. All right,
B-Day
well, moving on.
present to myself.
Then we also have, in some other news here, Kason says he has some big things coming to competitive Call of Duty. I'm already working on something next year. It's going to cost a shit ton of money. So let's go into a live listen on what this is.
Talking about a lot of people in the chat, Kason, they want to see an Atlanta Faze major. There's somebody in the community that's really mad at us because we were chirping the crowd for being silent. And they're like, yo, if your organization is not going to throw a major, then shut the fuck up, right? They're yelling at us. I mean, Kason, you think there's going to be an Atlanta Faze major anytime in the near future?
Just for the record, guys, I want everyone to understand this. This is out of my control.
Yeah.
But I ended up deciding to put something in I can't leak anything, but I'm already working on something next year that's on behalf of me that I'm really cooking that would make a lot of you guys really happy. It's going to be hard what I'm trying to do, and costs a shit ton of money, but I'm doing my best to make it happen. Everything I do is always going to be community based, so whatever you guys want, I'll do my best. But as far as Atlanta Faze majors goes, I want everyone to understand that is out of my control. If it were up to me and even Tom, brother, we'd have a major every fucking year.
100%.
And I'm telling everyone right now, that shit is not going to be in Atlanta. I'm just going to flat out say it right now. That shit is not going to be in Atlanta.
Oh my god. That would be crazy if it was in Atlanta, though, because
Atlanta's terrible.
that's a close.
Atlanta's a fucking shitty ass city.
It's just
ATL, huh?
Atlanta, the hot Atlanta, baby.
Oh yeah, raves only. Raves only.
The Atlanta Falcons. No Vegas. All right, moving on here. Then we also have Black Ops 6 Season 3 cinematic trailer being released, so let's go into a live listen in. Be right back.
Shitty map.
This better be good. We're in deep shit here. What am I looking at?
A few years back, when I finally got out of the hospital, this was waiting on my doorstep. Asshole was still doing his job from the fucking grave. Never did work out what it meant. But now I'm wondering, did he figure out the Pantheon Silver Bullet all the way back in '89? Take a look. That old bastard was one step ahead all along.
Okay, so a little bit of a teaser there for the Season 3 release here in the next couple of weeks. So go ahead and get ready, because I know April 3rd's around the corner. So we're really excited to see what Season 3 has to offer. But also, yeah, I'm excited.
I'm about to learn that Easter egg literally as soon as that bitch comes out, and I promise you, I'm gonna be fucking farming subs in my fucking channel to do it. For good.
Absolutely, because they also released the Black Ops 6 DLC 3 map for zombies called Shattered Veil. So they didn't release any images or anything like that, but this is what we got to go off of so far. And what are your guys' initial thoughts, or what do you guys envision when you guys see
This looks like a Disney movie intro right here.
Looks like a Destiny type. I wonder if it's gonna be really extravagant and delve into some more fantastical shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, Black Ops 6 multiplayer has been kind of lackluster, and the only thing that's really been holding it up is zombies, in my opinion, as far as like the casual aspect of it. And they've been doing a smash job for the past 2 DLCs, and I know this third one's going to be a mansion, rumored to be Richtofen's mansion, and then now we've got the official title here. So I'm excited to see what they've got. I mean, it's kind of giving me some dark. So I'm trying to think of a good map.
Is it
to kind
a
of...
veil is for a wedding, right? Well, no, it's the mansion.
It's like a shattered cover or shattered facade.
It's Richtofen's mansion. You can see it in the background.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting
just,
some
like, how
some
does that
buried
correlate?
vibes. You know, remember those like ghosts with the girl
Wedding gone
ghosts?
wrong is what you're saying.
Absolutely, absolutely. You never know what might have happened. Maybe
Wedding
Samantha's wedding.
crashers, wedding thrashers.
Shattered Veil.
Wedding slashers.
Oh.
All right, well, moving on here, then we also have some first Verdansk gameplay. The official first look at what we've got to
All we
offer.
get is 2 seconds.
All we get is 2 seconds, but yeah,
Running
it's
with that-
literally
oh,
quite
wow.
literally the only thing.
Keep it on.
I'm
I'll start with
interested. I'm interested to see what this has to bring, but
Juan Soto was playing it?
yep, Juan Soto.
They just let anybody play this shit, huh?
Yep, teasing it.
Some views.
You got that clout, you got the shout. So, interesting stuff
the
there.
World Series contender right there.
Moving forward here, then we also have former COD Zombies director Jason Blundell. Says that he's launched a new studio within PlayStation called Dark Outlaw Studios. He goes on to say, I've had some amazing opportunities to create a studio within PlayStation Studios for Sony. The studio is called the Dark Outlaw. So we can only imagine some of the great content that he's going to be pushing out from this studio here. We'll see what what he's cooking up.
I think it's gonna be like weird, like damn zombie games or like weird, like dark energy type shit.
Absolutely.
Some like AMANE shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I
All
like
right.
that.
Ditch the souls before the crucible
Oh my god.
before the crucible resurrects and slashes our souls.
All right. Well, and in some last news here, we also have 4 additional Call of Duty cheat providers being shut down one step closer to a hacker-free COD. This looks like to be a ramp up here in the launch for Verdansk coming here pretty soon. Can't wait for the Ricochet blog post. Should finally get a good one. Hopes are high here, but looks like all 4 of these communities are currently being shut down. So I don't know anything about these specific cheat providers, but and we got some screenshots here to kind of give some context here. But we're looking good, man. Hopefully we can continue to see some more action, legal action, coming down from the ban hammer for these hackers.
Seriously, bro, what the hell?
Absolutely.
Like they're just in
I don't
chords
care
and
if
like
you
people
shut
can
down.
see. That's crazy.
I mean, yeah, you want to shut down the cheaters, but it's like they think we care about the cheater. I just want to know if fucking Dirty Boy 37, who just dropped 79 kills and walled me, I want to know if he got banned. That's what I want to know. I don't want to know if fucking Money Man program got shut down. I want to know if fucking Dirty Boy 367 just fucking got banned.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
well, that's
that
going to
would be
be
nice.
it for all the community updates and everything that we had to speak on. So we're, well, that went an hour and 18 minutes. So that was an absolute fire episode here. Is there any concluding thoughts that you guys want to speak about or anything like that?
It was a good weekend.
DreamHack, we're going to be talking about it every fucking week. I am.
Yeah.
I'm hyped.
Yeah,
Thinking
DreamHack's
about
gonna
that
be a
this
good one.
weekend. Ooh, planning for that. I mean, the last day of matches was definitely the best, obviously, but
Will you finally eat a Portillo's hot dog? Amane said he will.
I guess I am.
He's going to
yeah.
eat that glizzy.
I need to compare it to a place in Pennsylvania that fries them in peanut oil. It's a place called Richard's. Best glizzy
Bro,
note.
Portillo's is so fucking good. Trust.
You haven't had a
Yeah, no,
hot
I'm down,
dog
I'm
unless
down.
you go to Skyway underneath the Skyway there in Chicago. That is a damn hot dog.
Oh, Chicago Coney's
hot
dog? Or
dog,
not?
Dude, me and my dad went through the hood to go to this spot, and it's a hole-in-the-wall spot underneath like the Skyway Interstate. If you know anything about Chicago, and you have to pay cash only. But let me tell you, it's pretty sketchy in them parts. If you're not from around there, if you know what I mean. And yeah, it was actually a fire spot. Not gonna lie.
What's on the hot dog? Do you know?
It was like an I don't know. It was an everything hot dog. They put all kinds of like relish.
That's how Portillo's is. Yeah, Portillo's has got the pickle relish, sport pepper, tomatoes, all that. It's fucking fire.
Yeah, it was insane. It was a
I'm gonna
delicious
shove
hot
it down
dog.
your fucking throat.
Whoa.
And you're drinking that chocolate cake shake.
Anyhow, that's going to be it for this episode here. So if anybody's listening, watching, tuning in, thank you making it this far here. If you haven't, go ahead and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. It's free. Leave a like on the video. But we want to thank you guys very, very much for listening, watching, wherever you guys are, Spotify, Apple Music, or here live on the Twitch or YouTube, wherever you're at, man. Thank you guys so much. We love the input and everything that comes in between it. And also, Mr. AMANE, thank you for everything that you do on and off the screen. You're an absolute maniac on the keyboard. Mr. AMANE, that's the AMANE way. And then BAMBI, thank you so much for coming in, tuning.
Thank you.
And giving us your input and analytic skills there. Could not do it without you, man. We really need you, and we appreciate everything that you do there as well.
Yes,
thank you.
And the co-host with the most.
Thank you. Oh, the host with the most, Mr. Bobby. Thank you for always taking the lead here, hitting us with that fire fucking intro, leading us into all our discussions, and being the absolute man behind the fucking program. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. Need to get some speech therapy going, but we're going to go ahead and continue and we'll see you guys on the next episode of the BCP. Peace. Yeah.